During 21 years of battling a drug and alcohol addiction, dancing with the devil became normal to me. Countless times inside jail, 4 prison numbers, 2 treatment centers, and a few near-death overdoses led me to believe for many years I was destined to die a junkie. Throughout my whole life, I knew that God was real, but to follow his plan for me was extremely foreign and unobtainable. I encountered many people who would tell me how Jesus saved their life, but of course, Satan kept me believing that God couldn't possibly do that for me. Whenever I would go to jail, I would always find the Bible called Free on the Inside. I would read testimonies of all kinds of people from different walks of life that were set free inside prison. Wow, how awesome that would be. But there was Satan again telling me, God could never do that for you. I remember hearing testimonies of how Jesus spoke to people, and I was always so moved and inspired by them. But again, why would Jesus waste his time to talk to someone like me? I didn't have the gift like they did. I was never cut short of watching blessings and miracles unfold in other people's lives, but I just knew that I could never come close to experiencing something like that. For many years, I was so blinded and consumed by the lies, I just continued to live the same path of destruction. See, all those things that I continued to doubt were possible in my life was just the enemy's way of keeping me in bondage. God was patiently waiting for me to take that leap of faith. In August of 2018, I was sentenced to a term of 33 months in prison, and again I thought, here we go again. There I sat for the 4th time inside those prison walls, wondering, will I ever get it right? Surely this couldn't be the life that I was destined to. I was so beaten and alone, desperately and hopelessly broken. I knew I had nothing left to lose, so I finally took that first step that was suggested to me by so many people. I cried out to God. And when I say that I cried out to God, I mean my tears could have formed a river. I remember saying to him, God, whatever reason I am here again, and whatever it is that I am missing, please let me find it this time. Suddenly, those tears shut off like a faucet. I felt this overwhelming peace throughout my entire body, and I heard this little voice inside my head saying, it's me you're missing. Wow, this was the very moment that changed my life. I will forever be grateful for that gift of desperation. In that very moment, God spoke to someone like me. And in that very moment, I was set free inside prison. Although I still resided inside those same prison walls, I was no longer bound by chains. I discovered that prison had just become a loss of time and not a loss of freedom. Now, I know it's not a coincidence that for all those years, I believed them things couldn't have happened for me, just happen. See, I was so caught up in the world that I didn't even give God an opportunity. I'm pretty stubborn at times, and believing that anyone could control the situation better than me is not always easy for me to do. Today, I know every trial I've ever faced was gradually preparing me for this breakthrough. God was waiting for that exact moment of clarity when I could admit that I didn't have the answer. Ephesians 3:20 states, now to him who is able to do exceedingly above all we could ask or imagine according to his power at work within us. That promise has been proven true in my life. However, my story doesn't end there. Gracefully, it's just begun. When I finally stopped running away from Jesus and I began running full force towards him, I started to unfold purpose in my life. I started experiencing those miracles and blessings that I thought were the farthest from my reach. Today, I am 1 week shy of 29 months free of drugs and alcohol. I have graduated an 18-month intense program called Drug Court. I was diagnosed with tuberculosis and hepatitis C, in which both I've been delivered from. I have a house, a job, a driver's license, and a vehicle. I have healthy relationships with my family today. I have full custody of my son after 9 years. I have an amazing support system through a 12-step program I work, and I have the greatest church family anyone could ask for. I'm able to be the mother, daughter, sister, fiance, and friend that God created me to be. I know what it feels like today to actually live instead of just existing. God knows exactly what we need and when we need it. He has directed me to many places and placed many people in my life to show me how abundant his love is. Jeremiah 29:11-13 states, for I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper and not harm, plans to give you a hope and a future. When you call on me and come pray to me, I will listen. Seek me with your whole heart, and I will be found. That scripture sums up my whole life. I would love to stand here and tell you that since I started following Christ, my life has been problem-free, but of course that would be a lie. But what I can tell you is that there isn't a battle I face that I've not seen a victory. God is bigger than any struggles I endure today, and if I do the possible, he will do the impossible. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm right where I'm supposed to be, and I will remain forever grateful that I'm not where I used to be. Remember, the enemy wants to kill, steal, and destroy. He will use any weapon he can to make you believe that you're not worthy to be saved. As I've shared my testimony with you today, I pray it gives you hope and courage to take that leap of faith and allow God to show you how worthy you are to be loved. I wrote this poem when I was in prison the day I gave my life to Christ, and I'd like to share it with you. Through all these years I've battled, a force so strong and bold, yet this power I had within myself, I couldn't quite unfold. My life became a struggle. I was fighting for each breath. I had to find this power before drugs defined my death. My heart was fiercely shattered. My hope was so far gone. I couldn't find a single place where I felt like I belonged. Desperately in agony, I cried out to this man, and suddenly I felt his touch at the call of my demand. His love was full of mercy. His grace revealed a prize, and suddenly those tears of pain were no longer in my eyes. I felt a sense of power I had never felt before, a vision of this new life when he opened up this door. As I walked inside this place, he wanted me to see. I knew I'd found the power that he placed inside of me. Since October 5th, when I laid my burdens down, I've been able to enjoy the woman I have found.